And now, it's Boomer Life, lifestyle discussion designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is Boomer Life on CIL 650.
Let me go home.
And welcome to Boomer Life on CIL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton, and today on the show we're going to focus on the many positive living options available to seniors in this province. We've brought together a panel of experts who make it their job to see that seniors in British Columbia feel empowered and educated about the options that are available that could dramatically improve their quality of life. So joining us in the studio today from the BC Seniors Living Association, which at times we will refer to as the BCSLA, we have Executive Director Marlene Williams, along with Sam Zaitoon, Educator Program Specialist from Vancouver Premier College. And we also have Terry Lum joining us today. Thanks, Terry. He's with the Registrar at Vancouver Premier College. And Reid Wilderman, who's the Director of Education from Vancouver Premier College. Thank you all for joining us.
You're welcome.
Great to have you here. So the theme of the show today is the opportunities in education and certificates that are available for the senior living industry. But to get us started, we're just going to cover off a few of the basics. Marlene, why don't you get us started by giving us a little bit of a background of what the BC Seniors Living Association is all about?
Great. Thanks, Joanne. Yeah, so the BC Seniors Living Association is a volunteer member-based association of owners and operators that run retirement communities in the province of BC for independent living and assisted living. And I know we've talked about the many facets of that on our previous shows. So our members house over 14,000 seniors living in their retirement communities around the province of BC. And they, our mandate is to educate, to advocate, and to celebrate the communities, our members, and the seniors throughout the province.
And what about the vision of the BC Seniors Living Association?
Well, you know, our vision is to inspire, support, and advocate on behalf of our members. And by advocate, I mean if there's an issue within the industry that impacts either the seniors or the member communities, we will try to get with government and discuss it and come up with viable options. To support and educate them, we do things like our conference every year. We have education sessions. And in the last couple of years, we're very, very excited because we are now working with a couple of different colleges and universities around the province of BC to actually implement a certificate program for individuals who would, you know, we're hoping is going to choose the senior living industry as their career of choice.
Well, it's obviously a growing industry with the advancement and the growth of baby boomers.
Yes. Right.
And we're going to talk about that and focus a lot of our attention on that portion of the show today. But also with the BC Seniors Living Association, you have something called the Seal of Approval. And I know in past programs we have spoken at length about this. Just tell me why you believe this is so important in the industry.
Well, the independent living and about 40 to 50% of the assisted living communities in the province of BC are not regulated by the government. And they're not regulated by the government because it's all about choice. The seniors are very independent. They come and go as they please. They have chosen to live in our retirement communities for numerous reasons. However, they don't want to be told what to do or how to do it. And so we are not regulated in the province of BC. However, our operators of our retirement communities want to ensure that the government knows that we do operate at the highest level of standards. So in 2009, we implemented a seal of approval assessment tool whereby we go into their retirement communities and we assess the communities for standards and policies and procedures and operational on 5 areas within each community. We look at safety, we look at staff training, we look at resident services, we look at infection control, and then we have a whole segment on assisted living as well. And so when a retirement community goes through this rigorous assessment, they can proudly boast that we run to the highest standards in the safety and security of our seniors, and the government doesn't need to worry about us. We don't need to be regulated because we have an excellent self-regulation model.
You've established the bar at a high level already.
Yes, we have.
So retirement living, really, this is basically just a new definition of home, correct?
Yes, it is. You know, to us, our philosophy is a senior's home is anywhere they turn the key. It might be in their family home they've lived at in 45 years. It might be in the basement of their children's home if they have decided that they're going to downsize and move there. And it's absolutely 100% their home when they come and live into an independent living or assisted living community, because they come in, they turn the key in their door in their little 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom or 2-bedroom and den. That is their home. So it's their home. It's not the old, stigma of a home, which a lot of people refer to as a nursing home. These are nothing like that. These are the seniors' new home where they live and thrive.
So it's a big switch from what we all knew growing up. Our parents got old, or our grandmothers got old. They moved into a nursing home or a senior's home. I think this is what the industry is trying to move away from, and maybe we could have a little bit of input from our guest today on that topic.
Yeah, Sam Zaytoun, who is one of our guests today, and we're very excited to have all of our guests here today, who's currently with Premier College, worked in the hospitality industry for many years, and then he also worked in the senior living retirement industry. He was also a very viable member of the board of directors of BCSLA for 4 years. So, he has a lot of experience, and I think that it would be great for Sam to comment on this aspect.
Well, one of the things that even seniors themselves they think they're going to lose when they hear about move into a retirement community is their independence and their freedom.
It's a big concern.
It's definitely. And one of the things that Marlene mentioned, and it's so true, is this is your home, not a home. It's about your independence. The other thing that really important, we're trying to explain it or educate the public. One of the things that we did on the board was to change the perception of the industry, and the industry was changing and still is changing a great deal to accommodate you want to say seniors or the independent seniors.
Our lifestyles, the industry has to grow as we grow as seniors.
Precisely.
And our needs in life grow. And just because you're a senior doesn't mean you stop living. You're still going to ski or travel or drink great wine or whatever it is you do.
Precisely. And we made the changes to accommodate within your 65, 75, 85, 95. If you want your glass of wine, you'll have that. If you want your martini, you'll have that. If you want your double espresso, you will have that. And we had it all in all the retirement communities that being built or created in the last 5-7 years. They all have that environment that will accommodate everybody's needs. And the whole idea really at the end of the day is don't be alone in your home, because being alone is the worst enemy anybody can have. It's create that loneliness. It does not activate the brain. It's number one reason for getting a dementia or Alzheimer. So having the people around you, living in a community and doing things that you want to do, nobody's forcing anything. It's really a retirement community to me is a fine combination of these four things. It's a private residence, your own residence. It's a private club. It's a boutique hotel, and it's a cruise ship that doesn't move. And it's really a good combination of all these four things that is available for you to do all the stuff that you want to do without anybody telling you
what
to do anything.
Yes.
So would it be fair to say that, and what I'm hearing Sam say and Sam describe, and what I've heard Marlene you describe many times, is what we're calling a retirement community is somewhat modeled after like an old-fashioned neighborhood.
It's congregate living. So the seniors, and there's resources in place. When you move into a community, independent living or assisted living, there's resources in place. They've got resident services councils where when Mrs. Smith moves in and she's new, and of course it's foreign to her because she's just moved in, and so they've got welcoming committees, and they come and they meet her, and they usually bring her cookies. And I know this one community that every new resident gets a new plant for their for their little suite. And so it's almost like, you're right, moving into a neighborhood community when all of a sudden your neighbors are knocking on your door and saying, hi, I'm Joe, and I just live 2 houses down.
Old days of the welcome wagon
it's
or whatever.
Exactly. It's like a welcome wagon. And so the seniors are made to feel very comfortable and very welcomed. They also now have a complete sense of security and safety, because while they were living in their house, they may have been secure and they may have felt safe, but seniors are the most trusting people in the world. And when that doorbell rings at 10 o'clock at night, I don't answer it.
But they would.
My mother sure would at 92 years old. And I used to say, Mom, don't answer that door. And she'd say, why not? What are they going to do? And I'm going, you know, it isn't the 50s anymore where you could just leave your door unlocked. And so I think a lot of the families are much more comfortable in knowing that their loved ones or their mother or their father,
they're safe, they're secure, they're not alone.
Yes,
someone's looking out for them.
Yeah,
but they're completely independent.
Absolutely.
I love that. A quick story. It was my mother-in-law used to lock the front door and then lock herself in her bedroom door overnight because she was so scared of living in her own home. I'm sure you've heard these kind of stories before.
Yes.
Yeah. So I also love how the fact that you describe this retirement community as it's more than just a home. It's going to provide all the services you need at your fingertips in your community. And I know a lot of people listening to this show have never been inside one of these amazing seniors living communities. The plus factor is there's so many new buildings in this province and people drive by them all the time. You can see the quality from the outside. It's our goal right now for people like yourself to make a commitment to just step inside and check out one of these places, and we expect their first words are going to be, oh my gosh, I never knew a seniors community was going to be this good, or wow, you have this, or look at the lobby, it looks great. Or
a lot of the retirement communities, you know, there's a lot of really new and great ones that are very, very upscale and very modern. But, you know, we have, in our membership, we have 156 retirement communities all over the province. And they're all wonderful communities. And they may not have been built in the last maybe 5 or 7 years, but they've undergone complete renovations. Or they may not even have renovations, but they're built in a specific way for that specific community. So, like, for an example, in the small town of Merritt, right? They may not want a huge, big, fancy community because the people there are, you know,
they're
farmers.
not big and fancy.
And I know my mom and dad, when they came from the farm, they did not want to move into a really deluxe, high-end community. They wanted one that was homey, that everybody was like-minded, that everybody came kind of from the same sort of background of help your neighbor and don't exploit the money that you have or what you drive or how you dress. And so every community is built different. And so the nice thing about the retirement communities is it doesn't matter what kind you want, whether you want a home-like setting, whether you want a nice little setting, whether you want an intermediate setting or you want the best and the greatest setting, there's one there for you. And it's your choice to move in whichever one which suits you best.
This is excellent. And as we carry on the conversation over the next hour, we're going to find out how infrastructure now is going to support this growing community for seniors and retirement living, and how Vancouver Premier College actually fits into that picture, right? You're listening to Boomer Life on CL 650, and joining us in the studio today from the BC Seniors Living Association is the Executive Director, Marlene Williams, along with Sam Zaitoon, who's Educator Program Specialist from Vancouver Premier College, who was a previous General Manager of Tapestry at Arbutus Walk and has a huge background, very extensive in the food and beverage industry in Vancouver hotels. We also have Terry Lum with us today. He's from the Registrar at Vancouver Premier College. I know we didn't let you in, Terry, into the very beginning conversation, but there's a lot more for you to talk about as the show goes on. And Reed Wildeman, also from Vancouver Premier College. We'll be right back with a lot more information. In the meantime, if you want to check out the website, you can, www.bcsla.ca. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.